Hi guys, welcome back to Chile Volcanoes Part 5. And we're going to start off with Palayam Volcano, which is here. And it takes a second for things to open, so I don't know what's going on with Google Earth today. It's a little bit slowish. This is a stratovolcano of late Pleistocene to dominantly Holocene age with the shape of a truncated cone. The cone is largely andesitic, though basaltic. Andesitic rocks are present. The volcano's last eruption began on December 25th, 1988, earning it the nickname Navidad. The eruption lasted for 13 months before ending in 1990. The volcanic explosivity index was 3, indicating tropospheric injections and catastrophic damage. The eruption was from a flank vent and involved mostly andesitic lava and had been preceded by increased seismicity for 3 weeks. The volume of the lava flow decreased as time went on and the vent dimensions decreased, although by the end of the eruption, the andesite had still built up to a length of 10.2 kilometers. There was only a single fatality for the duration of the eruption, but it caused the evacuation of over 2,000 people and caused extensive damage to farming and livestock in the surrounding region. And we'll see if we have any views for this volcano. And we have some down at the bottom, so we'll go here and look. I'm not sure what the view will be, but the volcano is here. So we'll wait for this to clear up for us a little bit. Okay, so the volcano is up here. Let's still get a view, so there we go. And moving on to the next one. Liama. Liama is one of the largest and most active volcanoes in Chile. It is situated 82 kilometers northeast of Temuco and 663 kilometers southeast of Santiago, within the borders of Conquila National Park. And it's got a dome up there. I wonder if there's a view up there. And I don't see any views around this volcano. So, I mean, there's not some further away, so we'll see if we got any further away. We don't have any on this one. Oh, we have one over here. So let's go over this way. Maybe we can see something from here. Oh. I sped around really fast. Oh. Okay, so that's the road there, but what we want to look at is right up here, and there we go. All right. Well, as long as that clears up a little bit more. This is where Liama is over in that area. behind us. And moving on to the next one. Solepuli. Solepuli is a 4-kilometer wide glacier-filled caldera which lies east of the Pleistocene Nevados del Sopuli complex. Major silicic pyroclastic rocks associated with caldera formation have not been found. It may have a non-explosive origin. Post-caldera eruptions have been focused along the caldera walls and have increased its height. A series of dacic lava domes lines the east and south caldera rims. The 1-kilometer wide Alpuhu crater, which cuts the southwest rim, was a source of a large Plinian eruption 2,900 years before present. Explosion craters and scoria cones are found in the outer flanks. 2 north flank cones produced lava flows during the latest documented activity about 700 years before present. This low-profile volcano is less prominent than its neighbors Liliama and Villarrica, but its explosive history makes it potentially hazardous volcanic center. And I'm not sure, don't think there'll be any views on this one. And there's no views to that one. So moving on to the next one. Carbuga. Holy moly. This consists of 4 groups of cinder cones, namely, they are Volcanes de Carbuga, Volcan Hulimuli, Volcan Redondo, and Pachares. Volcano de Carbugi is a group formed by 6 pyroclastic cones located at the southern tip of the Carbuga Lake, which is a lava-dammed lake created by volcanic activity from the just mentioned cones. Volcan Hulimuli is a group of 3 cinder cones lying between the rivers Tecura and Trancura. Let's see if we can find them. This will be interesting. Okay, so we can see these. And then we have the lake here. We have the town down here. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5. We have a campground down here, so let's see if we got a view. The whole area, huh? Oh wait, we can go there. Oh, let's go up on the mountain. Okay. Whee! That didn't land me on there. Okay, not good. There we go. All right, let's give it a second to load. That's a beautiful view of the sky. There we go, finally. Okay, so you can see one here. And I think we're up in the air. What an amazing view. Okay, moving on to the next one. Villarrica Volcano. Villarrica Volcano is one of Chile's most active volcanoes, rising above the lake and town of the same name, 470 miles south of Santiago. It is the westernmost of three large stratovolcanoes that trend northwest-southwest, obliquely perpendicular to the Andean chain along the Moca-Villarrica fault zone. Our next one is Quintripolan. Quintripolan is a stratovolcano located in the La Araucanía region of Chile. It is situated between Villarrica and Lanin volcanoes within Villarrica National Park. Geologically, Quintripolan is located in a tectonic basement block between the main traces of the Queen Ofqui Fault to the west and Rio Golil Pirahuco Fault to the east. The volcano consists of one stratovolcano with a summit caldera and is constructed within a field of small centers and large caldera. It was active during the late Pleistocene. Some large eruptions occurred during the Holocene as well. Let's go down here closer so we can see it better. So we can get an idea. I'm not sure if there'd be a view on this one, so we can look. And there isn't, so we're moving on to the next one. Quinchila. Quinchilica is a volcano in Chile. It is situated south of Villarrica Volcano and consists of a caldera and lava domes. The volcano has a semicircular form constructed by layers of lavas and volcaniclastic rocks with an eroded core. Volcanic rocks include basalt and basaltic andesite. And our next one is Moco Koshwenko. Also known as Volcan Shoshwenko. This is a glacier-covered compound stratovolcano in the Andes of Los Rios region, Chile. It is made of the twin volcanoes Koshwenko in the northwest and Moco in the southeast. The highest part of the volcano are part of the Moco Koshwenko National Reserve, while the eastern slopes are partially inside the Hulo Hulo National Reserve. Cochuinco, located on the northwest rim of the 4-kilometer wide caldera, is of late glacial age. It has a heavily eroded crater and is currently dormant. Moco is an andesitic volcano placed above the caldera. Some parasitic craters and cinder cones are located on the southwest and northeast flanks of the stratovolcano. Moco has its earliest, certainly recorded eruption in 1759. Older eruptions reported are uncertain due to the usage of different names and inexact maps. Interesting. We do have a few spots on here, so let's go here. And we'll give it a minute to load. This way we can view both of them. And I think that's as good as it's gonna get, but you can see we have one here and we have the other over here. And moving on to the next one. Coran Los Venatos. And I'm noticing that the photos for down in this area aren't as good as they are when they're closer. Sran Los Navarros. This is a volcanic group of scoria cones, Mars, and small stratovolcanoes in southern Chile, southeast of Ranco Lake. The highest cone is Los Guindos, and that's Spanish for cherry trees, which is a small stratovolcano with an elevation of 1,114 meters or 3,660 feet tall. The volcanic group has recorded eruptions from 1955 and 1979. Located south of Maui Lake and north of Puyehu Volcano, Caran Los Venados group is placed at the intersection of several faults on the thin crust of southern Chile, among them Luqui, Ofqui, and Futrono fault. Sorry, there's some tongue twister names for me. So let's see if there's any views for these. We'll give it a second. And there's no views here that I can tell, so moving on to the next one, which is Puhe Cordon Coli. And it's two coalesced volcanic edifices that form a major mountain massif in Puhe National Park in the Andes of Ranco Province in the southern of Chile. In volcanology, this group is known as Payuhe Cordon Coli Volcanic Complex, or PCCVC. 4 volcanoes constitute the volcanic group or complex: the Cordillera Nevada caldera and the Pliocene Menchaca volcano, Cordon Coli fissure vents, and the Puyehi stratovolcano. And sorry, I don't speak Spanish, so some of these names are a little hard to pronounce. Let's see if there's any views here. Other views come up to here, so don't see anything closer, and there's no views closer this way. Okay, moving on to the next one. Atlantica Group. This is a volcanic group of scoria cones, Mars, and small stratovolcanoes in Chile. Casablanca Stratovolcano is the tallest volcano of the group, which shelters the Atlantica ski resort on its west flank. Aguas Calientes and Puyeje hot springs also form part of this volcanic group. The complex encompasses 380 kilometers, and to the west is bordered by the lakes Payuje and Rupanco. Let's see. If there's skiing, there might be some views here. Ah, there's one over here near a cone. I wonder if we'll see the cone. Okay, so let's go here. My little guy doesn't like me today. Oh, that didn't work. Here we go. Finally. Snow. Okay, so we'll wait for this to load. Maybe snow will load better. Oh, we can tell it's snowy. Check that out. That is cool. Oops. Trying to get in closer there. And it's several pictures that are lapped together, so that's why these views are harder. Okay, moving on to the next one. Putegudo Cordon Cenizos. Putegudo Cordon Cenizos. This is a snow-capped volcanic chain located in the Andes and Los Lagos region of Chile near Volcan Osorno. It lies between Rupanco Lake and Todos Los Santos Lake. The name is Spanish for sharp-pointed volcano. It is a stratovolcano with a prominent 2,493 meter high sharp pointed summit that results from glacial dissection and gets its name from this feature. According to locals, the Punchueguedo volcano lost some of its sharp point in an earthquake in 1960, 9.4 to 9.6 meters worth. So the volcano was more pointed than it is today. So it was pointy. And moving on to the next one, Osorno Volcano. Osorno is a 8,701 foot tall conical stratovolcano lying between Osorno province and Lenquiju province and Los Lagos region of Chile. It stands in the southeastern shore of the Lenquiju Lake and also towers over Todos Los Santos Lake. Osorno is known worldwide as a symbol of local landscape and is noted for its similar appearance to Mount Fuji. Let's see if there's any views over here. Well, I don't know, it shows there. I think I want to go over here. We can turn around and look back. We'll wait for this to load. Cool. Okay, there's that. And here's the volcano back here. This view, wow. I'd go swimming there. And moving on to the next one, Cayute La Vercuria. This is a volcanic field that consists of about 20 Mars and cinder cones of Holocene age. The field occupies a low-lying area between the southern end of Ensenada Cayutre, the southern extension of Lake Taos, Los Santos, and the northern end of Asturia, Reloncaví, where Rio Pantrahu, which drains Lake Todos Los Santos, reaches the area. The volcanic field lies along the major regional north-south trending Luquín-Ofqui fault zone. Pyroclastic cones and lava flows fill the Ensenada de Cayute depression, separating Lake Taos, Los Santos from Rulan Bay. And no views here. And moving on to the next one. Quebuco Volcano. This is a stratovolcano in southern Chile, located southeast of Lancuju Lake and northwest of Chapo Lake in the Los Lagos region, and close to the cities of Puerto Varas and Puerto Montt. With an elevation of 2,015 meters above sea level, the volcano and surrounding area are protected within the Lancuju National Reserve. The most recent eruption, a major VEI4 event, happened with little warning on April 22nd to 23rd, 2015, followed by a smaller eruption on April 30th. This was Quebuco's first activity since 1972. So this one's erupted during my lifetime. And moving on to the next one, Nose-Down Diablo. Nose-Down Diablo is a partially glacially eroded basaltic stratovolcano. Numerous satellitic pyroclastic cones and associated basaltic lava flows were formed during the Holocene, principally on the southwest flank and from the summit of the northwest base of the volcano. Fumaroles were observed on a flank cone in 1931. Although no historical eruptions are known, some of these cones may have formed during historical time. It's a big volcano. Yeah, moving on to the next one, Yate Volcano. Yates Volcano is a large glaciated stratovolcano located in the southern Andes and the Los Lagos region of Chile, south of Reloncaví estuary. Yates lies on the major regional Liquine Ofqui fault zone and is located 10 kilometers northeast of smaller Horopiran volcano. There are no historical records of recent volcanic activity, but there is strategic evidence of smaller eruptions sometime in the Holocene. On February 19th, 1965, a non-eruptive landslide of ice and rock caused by unusually heavy summer rains slid rapidly into the narrow gully, descending about 1,500 meters in elevation, and crashed into Lake Cabrera below. This triggered a tsunami that thundered across the lake and swept through the lakeside community of Lago Cabrera just moments later. There was virtually no warning, and the community was caught by surprise. The entire village was destroyed, killing 27 people. It is considered the worst volcano-related loss of life in Chile since Villarrica eruptions in 1948 through 1949. The debris field left behind by the tsunami is still visible today, and the people of nearby Horopen commemorate the tragedy every year with a pilgrimage to the site and the memorial chapel. So let's back up a little bit and see if there's any view here. There may not be any for this one. Oh, there's one over here, so we'll go over here. There we go. Well, doesn't want to be clear at all, so not getting much of a view on this one. And moving on to the next one. Palayam Volcano. Palayam Volcano is a stratovolcano located in the Andes in Los Lagos region of Chile, south of Yates Volcano, and east of Apodaca and Hulaku pyroclastic cone. Hornapyrin lies on the major regional Liquine Ofqui fault. The volcano is said to have erupted in 1835, although no details are known. The name of the volcano derives from the Spanish word for oven, horno, and the native Mapudungun word for snow pyron. Thus, Hornapyrin means snow oven. And moving on to the next one, Apodaca. Apodaca is a pyroclastic cone with scattered vegetation cover. It has approximately 1,312 foot wide crater and the base diameter of approximately 1 mile. The volcano is located in Chile's Los Lagos region and lies 8 miles west of Hornapyrin Volcano and southwest of Yates Volcano on the peninsula that borders the Reloncaví estuary, Reloncaví Sound, and Gulf of Ancud. Apodaca has a nearly intact summit crater. And this is the crater here. And moving on to the next one, Hawaii. Hawaii is a stratovolcano located in the Los Lagos region of Chile. It lies in the center of the peninsula of the same name and close to the Gulf of Ancud. It has an elevation of 4,324 feet. It has a sharp summit and reportedly smoked in the 1950s and is made up of a lava dome complex situated in a depression of unclear origin, a post-glacial lava dome, Cal, and a Pleistocene porcelaina volcano with Holocene parasitic cones. Wow. And moving on to the next one. Menchon Mahuda. Menchon Mahuda. What a name. This is a glaciated stratovolcano, and it lies 15 kilometers east of Chaitin Volcano and was extensively covered in ash during the 2008 eruption of Chaltén. The stratovolcano lies above the regional Lanquit-Ofqua fault zone, and the ice-covered massif towers over the south portion of Pumalin Park. It has a summit elevation of 2,450 meters above sea level. Chaitin Volcano. Chaitin Volcano is a volcanic caldera 2 miles in diameter, 11 miles west of the elongated, ice-capped Menchon Mahuda volcano, and 10 kilometers, 6 miles northeast of the town of Chaitin, near the Gulf of Corcovado in southern Chile. The most recent eruptive phase of the volcano erupted in 2008. Originally, radiocarbon dating of older tephra from the volcano suggested that its last previous eruption was in 7420 BC, plus or minus 75 years. However, recent studies have found that the volcano is more active than thought. According to the Global Volcanism Program, it last erupted in 2011. So that's Chaitin. Our next volcano is Concorvoda. Concorvoda. Vado? Concorvodo. Vado. Concorvado. This is a stratovolcano and is located 16 miles south of the mouth of the Yelcha River in the Palayam province, Los Lagos region, Chile. The glacier-eroded volcano is flanked by Holocene cinder cones. The volcano's base has likely prehistoric lava flows that are densely vegetated. The most distinctive feature of this volcano is its stepped top, similar to that of Punteagudo volcano. At its feet lies a series of beautiful lakes. Concorvado dominates the landscape of Gulf of Concorvado area and is visible from the Chulo Island, weathering allowed. The volcano and adjacent area form part of the Concorvado National Park. The town of Chaltén was formerly the main gateway to this protected area, but most of the town was destroyed by an eruption of Chaltén volcano and mudflow in 2008. Let's see if we get a view anywhere on this one. And there's no view. So we're moving on to the next one. Yantelis. Yantelis is an isolated stratovolcano composed of 5 glacier-capped peaks along an 8-kilometer-long northeast trending ridge. It is located approximately 30 kilometers or 19 miles south of Concrevado Volcano in the Chilean ex-region de Los Lagos. Within the Concrevado National Park, the name Yantelis can refer only to the main summit, which is also known as Volcan Nevado, Spanish for snow-covered volcano. And remember, it has 5 peaks, so it comes from here all the way around town in this way. And moving on to the Palayam Volcanic Group. The Palayam Group consists of 5 cinder cones oriented along a north-northeast trending northeast of Melimayu Volcano. The youthful volcanoes named after the middle cone are Holocene in age. An ash plume observed by pilots and on satellite imagery in December 2013 was from a forest fire. Well, that's a good thing. That it wasn't a volcano, that is. Our next one is Melimoru. This is a stratovolcano with an 8-kilometer wide, largely buried caldera. Hang on a second, let me move it out a little bit so y'all can see it. Okay. It's with an 8-kilometer wide, largely buried caldera located about 40 kilometers northwest of the town of Puerto Payuhapi in the Asin del General Carlos Ibáñez del Campo region of Chile. It lies near the northern entrance of Maraleda Channel. Melimoyu is an active stratovolcano in southern Chile, 40 kilometers northwest of the town of Payuhapi, and 135 kilometers south of the Chaitin volcano. The volcano has an 8-kilometer wide ice-filled caldera, which is largely filled by a younger edifice and is drained by a glacier flowing through the gap in the northeast caldera rim. 2010 seismic unrest, a weak seismic swarm occurred at Melimayu volcano in May and June 2010, and its alert level was raised to 2 on 8th June 2010. Increased seismic activity was detected during May 9th. Long-period earthquakes were measured on May 27th. The next day, 6 long-period earthquakes preceded 2 separate seismic swarms located 2 to 12 kilometers and 7 to 14 kilometers south beneath the summit. All earthquakes were M2.5 or less. The summit elevation of Melimayu is often cited as 2,400 meters above sea level, but SRTM analysis suggests the actual height is closer to 2,440 meters. That is wild. And moving on to the next one. Payuhapi Volcanic Group. This is a volcanic group of cinder cones located at the head of the Payuhapi River in the Asen del General Carlos Ibanos del Campo region of Chile. Payuhapi is one of the volcanoes in the southern segment of the Andean Southern Volcanic Zone, which includes a number of stratovolcanoes. South of this southern segment, a gap without volcanic activity separates the southern volcanic zone from the austral volcanic zone. The volcanic field extends from the western side of the channel north over the head of the channel towards Lake Risso Patron, with one isolated cone found on the eastern side of the channel. The town of Payuhapi is located approximately halfway through the field. The cones on the western side are a separate group from the ones towards the north and associated with two different eruption fissures, but both fissures are associated with the Liquine Ofqui fault zone. Now remember going through here once, so let's see if there is a view on this one. And there isn't one on this one. So we're moving on to the next one. Mentolat. Mentolat is an ice-filled 6-kilometer or 4 miles wide caldera in the central portion of Magdalena Island. Little is known of the eruptive history of Mentolat, but it is thought to be young, with a possible eruption in the early 18th century that may have formed lava flows on the western slope. The earliest activity occurred during the Pleistocene, and Mentolat has had some major explosive eruptions during the Holocene. And moving on to Cave Volcano. This is a stratovolcano in South Volcanic Zone of the Andes in Asen del General Carlos Ibanos del Campo region, Chile. The volcano is located 15 kilometers northeast of the larger Moco volcano and about 230 kilometers of the Chile Trench at the intersection of northwest, southeast, and northeast southwest faults of the Ofqui fault zone. The volcano is composed of basalt and dacite, and there is no evidence of Holocene activity. Below 1,000 meters, several parasitic cones lie on the southwest flank of the volcano. I don't know that there's any views for this one, but we can check. And none. And we'll be moving on to the next one. Moco Volcano. This is a stratovolcano located to the north of Aston Ford and to the east of Maralena Channel and the Ayan del General Carlos Ibanos del Campo region of Chile. This glacier-covered volcano lies along the regional Liquine Ofqui fault zone. It has erupted basalt. Cerro Moco has a summit elevation of approximately 2,300 meters above sea level. And our next one is Mount Hudson. This is a stratovolcano in southern Chile and the site of one of the largest eruptions in the 20th century. The mountain itself is covered by a glacier. This is a caldera at the summit of the ancient eruption. Modern volcanic activity comes from inside the caldera. Mount Hudson is named after Francisco Hudson, a 19th century Chilean Navy hydrographer. Large eruptions around 4750 BCE and 1890 BCE are believed to have been a volcanic explosivity index VEI 6. These are probably responsible for the large caldera. The 4750 BCE eruption may have wiped out many, if not all, groups of early men living in central Patagonia at that time. Based on evidence from Los Toldos archaeological site, recently the volcano has had moderate eruptions in 1891 and 1971, as well as a large eruption in 1991. Wow. So that one is located almost halfway through Chile. Our next one is Rio Mirtha Volcano. And it's not good with the view here. Okay, so this is it right here. It lies from this end all the way down through this end here. Let me give you a good view here. This is it here. Rio Mirtha is a volcano in Chile. This volcano consists of a complex of lava flows along the valleys of Rio Mirtha. These flows display columnar joints, lava tubes, and pillar lavas, and have volumes of less than 1 cubic kilometer, or 0.24 cubic miles. These landforms, along with presence of palagonite, indicate that the eruptions happened beneath glaciers. Let me see if I can do a view here. There is a view further down. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I wanted to get it right here. Sorry, you guys. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to try to give a view here because they're over this way. I don't know if it'll give you a good enough view, and this is by Google, so it would be nice if Google would give me a good view once in a while. Anyway, the area we wanted to look at is that way, but I don't think we're going to see much. You can see the top up there. You look up there, you can see the top. But it's blocked off here. How nice. Let's go down this way. Okay, let's look back this way. Ah, there we go. Okay, what we're looking at is back here in the background here. If you can see them. It's right here. Anyway, that's the area we're looking at. And it turns me around. Anyway, the next one is Cerro Paranal. So that white against white isn't that easy to see. Okay, this is a heavily ice-covered stratovolcano located in Asen del General Carlos Ibanez del Campo region of Chile, within Laguna San Rafael National Park. It towers above the southern part of the northern Patagonian ice field. Arenales has a summit elevation of 3,437 meters or 11,276 feet above sea level. There we go. Let me go down. There we go. I'll show you a better picture of it. Arenales. Okay. Moving on to our next one. La Toro Volcano. La Toro is an inactive, ice-covered stratovolcano located in the Chilean Patagonia and the northern part of southern Patagonian ice field. Its summit rises roughly 2,000 meters or 6,600 feet above the average surface of the ice cap plateau. It is the tallest mountain in the Bernardo O'Higgins National Park. I don't know if there's going to be any views in this area or not. It would be nice to know if people go skiing, but we'll see. Okay. And no views present. So we're moving on to the next one. Vaidma Volcano. Now this has got a weird view to it. This is a subglacial volcano located below the ice of the southern Patagonian ice field, an area disputed between Argentina and Chile. The 1988 eruption deposited ash and pumice on the ice field and produced a mud flow that reached Vaidma Lake. The exact position of the edifice is unclear, both owing to the ice cover and because the candidate position, the Vaidma Nanotak, does not clearly appear to be of volcanic nature. Numerous ash layers of the Vaidma Lake indicate numerous past eruptions. So you can see this is the campground over here. So there's a campground here. I wonder if there's a view here. And it's a refuge, but it doesn't look like there's a view. I'm going to back out. Now it shows dots over there. I was hoping for some dots over here somewhere. Oh, wait, there's one here. Yay, okay. Let's go right here. See if we have any view over here. Now, I looked on here the other day. There's definitely something going on with the pictures and stuff on Google, because the other day when I was on, the pictures were a lot better. Anyway, it gives you some kind of an idea of the area here. And moving on to the next one, Aguilera Volcano. I don't know what the squares are. There's squares. The square that's here. This stratovolcano is in southern Chile, which rises above the edge of the southern Patagonian ice field. It is a remote volcano that was identified as such in 1985, but the first ascent only occurred in 2014, making it last unclimbed major Andean volcano. It is located west of Lake Argentino and northeast of Peel Ford in the southern Andes and erupted mainly dacites and pyroclastic tephra. It has erupted several times in the Holocene, with a major eruption taking place 3,000 plus or minus 1,000 years before present. Its eruptions have spread ash falls over Patagonia. Without a good view. Now, Reckless Volcano. And this is Reckless. This is a volcano located in southern Patagonia icefield, Chile, part of the Austral volcanic zone of the Andes. Its summit rises 1,000 meters or 3,300 feet above sea level and is capped by a crater about 1 kilometer or 62.62 miles wide. Close to the volcano lies the Amalia Glacier, which is actively eroding Reckless. The volcano has been active during the late Pleistocene and Holocene. A large eruption, among the largest known in the Austral volcanic zone, occurred 15,260 minus 14,373 years before present and released over 5 cubic kilometers or 1.2 cubic miles of tephra. This tephra fell out over a large area of Patagonia as far as Terra del Fuego and disrupted the ecosystem in the region. Subsequently, further but smaller eruptions occurred during the Pleistocene and Holocene. The last eruption was 1908. The volcano is remote and monitoring began only recently. 2 dams are located close to the volcano and might be impacted by future eruptions. So it's actually pretty big. Our next one is Palayam Volcanic Field. Wow, it's huge. Palayam Volcanic Field is a volcanic field in Argentina which straddles the border with Chile. It is part of the province of back arc volcanoes in Patagonia, which formed from process involving the collision of the Chile Rise with the Peru-Chile Trench. It lies further east of the Austral volcanic zone, the volcanic arc which forms the Andean volcanic belt at this latitude. And you can see more about this one on the Argentina video I did before this one. Our next one is Mount Bernie. Mount Bernie is a volcano in southern Chile, part of the Austral volcanic zone, which consists of 6 volcanoes with activity during the Quaternary. This volcanism is linked to the subduction of the Antarctic plate beneath the South American plate and the Scotia plate. Mount Bernie is formed by a caldera with a glaciated stratovolcano on its rim. This stratovolcano in turn has smaller caldera. An eruption is reported for 1910 with less certain eruptions in 1970 and 1920. Tephra analysis has yielded evidence from many eruptions during the Pleistocene and Holocene, including 2 large explosive eruptions during the early and mid-Holocene. These eruptions deposited significant tephra layers over Patagonia and Terra del Fuego. And our next and last volcano for Chile volcanoes is Fueguina. Fueguino. Fueguino is a volcanic field in Chile, the southernmost volcano in the Andes. It lies in the Terra del Fuego, Cook Island, and also extends over nearby Londonderry Island. The field is formed by lava domes, pyroclastic cones, and a crater lake. Volcanic activity at Fueguino is part of the Austral volcanic zone, which is formed by the subduction of the Antarctic plate beneath the South American plate. The subducting plate has not reached a depth sufficient for proper volcanism, however. This field bears no trace of glacial erosion on its volcanoes, and reports exist of volcanic activity in 1712, 1820, and 1926. Anyways, you guys, thank you for viewing. Thank you for watching. I've done 5 videos for Chile. Sorry, still learning how to speak the Spanish names. Please subscribe, like, and check on my website for the KML for this area, so you can download it to your Google Earth and check these areas out for yourselves. Thank you, and have a nice day.